This is definitely true in some situations, but definitely not all. A lot of people were super confused, like when I started to transition, and shortly after I started to show interest in men, and then I got married to a man. I remember I had one girl say to me, like, wait a minute, let me get this straight. So you went from being a lesbian to a trans man, and now you're dating men now? And to an extent, I get the confusion, and I know I'm not the only trans man who deals with this, because honestly, my evolution is actually not super uncommon in our community, like I previously discussed. Obviously, it is not the story for everybody, of course, but I know other trans men have also had to deal with feedback from their loved ones, or just people that know them in general, that are very confused because, you know, they went so long presenting as masculine lesbians, primarily dating women, and then they transition and boom, they're interested in men. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, first I'm going to show you pictures of before I transitioned, when I was a masculine lesbian. This was like 9-10 years ago, and I look the same, except I used to dress like J-Rock. Like from Trailer Park Boys. Stop. No! First of all, look at where this is a screenshot from. Oh my god, if you know, you know. How fitting. And yes, that shirt says, fresh balls. I wore that in public. I wore that. When I was presenting as a masculine lesbian, honestly, I was really confused, because, like, I know subjectively, like, people in general can, like, notice when somebody is attractive or find someone attractive, but I knew I still, wanted to get with dudes. So I was like, this can't be normal for lesbians, right? Like, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? I mean, I liked women too, but, like, that wasn't all I liked, you know what I mean? But presenting as a masculine lesbian actually checked off a lot of boxes for me. I could dress how I wanted. I was seen in a masculine light. Like, a lot of times, honestly, people just thought I was a dude, especially back in, like, when I first came out as a masculine lesbian. I went back into the closet eventually, but this was, like, 18 years ago. It wasn't as common to see, like, masculine lesbians in general or trans men. You never heard of trans men ever. So when people saw me, they just assumed I was a dude, and it felt really good to be addressed in that manner. So even though I wasn't pursuing a medical transition, even though I wasn't, like, coming out to my family as trans and going through this whole process, like, a lot of parts of it still felt really good. If I had to guess, I would assume that that experience is not isolated to just me. I'm sure a lot of other trans men, when they did present as masculine lesbians, probably thought, like, you know, like they knew something wasn't right, but, you know, at least in some areas you feel more comfortable. Another reason, and I've been told this by other trans men, it's not like just my experience, because honestly, I've always been in and out of the closet. I've struggled a lot with religion and stuff. So for me, going in and out of the closet isn't, it's not as shocking as it is probably for other people. But for other people, I've heard that the freedom of transitioning sometimes gives them the courage to explore other areas of their life, and that includes their orientation. I can only talk about it from, like, a trans-masculine perspective, but obtaining top surgery, like getting access to hormones, like, those provided me with a freedom that I had never experienced before. And I'm sure for some people that freedom also makes them feel more comfortable. And when you're more comfortable with yourself and confident, you're more apt to explore different areas of your life. And lastly, we have the testosterone factor. I have not been on testosterone in a long time. I was only on it for like 3 years. But it is a thing in the trans-masculine community, and this doesn't happen for everybody, of course, but it is a thing that testosterone maybe causes a little bit of homosexual thoughts, you know? I don't know. My Walmart delivery is here, but I think my point is across, but I cannot have this dude hear me talk about homosexual thoughts in my car while he's delivering my Fresca. But I will see you guys later. I hope you're having a good day.